Good morning, all. Myself, Khalid Chelvi, Assistant Professor Selection Grade 1 in Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Erode Sengundar Engineering College. In previous video, we have covered Chapter 1. In that, we have seen the topics number system and sign magnitude representation. In today's video, we are going to cover Chapter 2. In that, the topic to be covered is Boolean algebra and logic gates. Boolean algebra deals with binary variables and logic operations. The binary variables, it takes any alphabets like A, B, C or X, Y, Z, any alphabet it can be considered for the binary variables, and these binary variables take the value either 0 or 1, and the logic operations or the AND, OR and not operations. So Boolean algebra deals with the values, binary values, zeros and ones, and it takes the operations and or not. Some basic definitions are: the most common postulates used to formulate various algebraic structures are closure, associative law, commutative law, identity element, inverse, and distributive law. So first, closure. So consider a set n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, the set of natural numbers for any a comma b which belongs to n. We obtain a unique c that also belongs to n by the operation a plus b equal to c. For example, consider the values of a and b as 2 and 3. So if you are performing the subtraction operation as 2 minus 3, the resultant value is minus 1, in which 2 and 3 belongs to the set n while minus n is not belongs to the set n. So whatever the operation we are performing, that should be the result should be involved in the set which is considered. So that is closure. Associative law: a binary operator star on a set S is said to be associative whenever x into y into z equal to x into y into z for all x, y, z belongs to the set S. Commutative law: x into y equal to y into x for all x, y belongs to S. Identity element: E is identity element which belongs to the set S. That is, E into x equal to x into E, which is equal to x for every x belongs to S. So here E is the identity element, x is the element which is belongs to the set S. For example, we consider the identity element as 0 and 1. For 0, so x plus 0 equal to 0 plus x equal to x. For any x belongs to I, which includes the value minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, etc. With respect to 1, x into 1 equal to 1 into x equal to x. Inverse: in the set of integers I with e equal to 0, x into y equal to e. That is the inverse element. Inverse element may be 0 or 1. If you are considering with respect to plus, that is a plus of minus a which is equal to 0, and here this minus a and y are inverse elements. Distributive law: if star and dot are two binary operators on a set S, star is said to be distributive over dot whenever x star y into z equal to x star y dot x star z. Some of the meanings are there. The operators and postulates have the following meanings. That is, with respect to binary operator plus defines the addition. So with respect to addition, the identity element is 0 and it is the additive inverse of subtraction. Additive inverse defines the subtraction. And with respect to the binary operator dot, which defines multiplication, the multiplicative identity is 1 and multiplicative inverse of a is 1 by a, which defines division, that is a into 1 by a equal to 1. The only distributive law applicable is that of dot over plus, that is a dot b plus c equal to a dot b plus a dot c. And next is axiomatic definition of Boolean algebra. Some meaningful definitions of Boolean algebra. So these are the some of the meaningful definitions here. Boolean algebra is defined by a set of elements B provided following postulates with two binary operators plus and dot are satisfied. So the Boolean algebra is defined with respect to the binary operators plus and dot. Plus can be considered as OR operator and dot can be considered as AND operator. Closure, first the closure property, it is with respect to the operators plus and dot. So for the operators plus and dot, the closure property should be satisfied. And second one, an identity element with respect to plus and dot is 0 and 1 respectively. So identity element with respect to plus is 0 and with respect to dot is 1. Next property, commutative with respect to plus and dot. This can be given as x plus y equal to y plus x. This example is with respect to the operator plus. When we are defining with respect to dot, it can be written as x dot y equal to y dot x. The next is plus is distributive over dot. This can be given as x plus y dot z equal to x plus y dot x plus z. Then next, the same distributive law, which can be given as dot is distributive over plus. For this, it is defined as x dot y plus z equal to x dot y plus x dot z. And the complement elements are with respect to pluses, x plus x dash is equal to 1. So normally we know that the complement of x is x dash, and when it is defined with respect to the operator plus, so the value is 1. X plus x dash is equal to 1, and with respect to dot is x dot x dash is equal to 0. And there exist at least two elements x and y which belongs to the set B such that x not equal to y. So next, some theorems, basic theorems and properties of Boolean algebra. So before going to see the theorems, we want to know the definition of duality principle. We want to know the definition of duality principle. So based on the duality principle, the theorems are proved. So what is duality principle? If the binary operators and the identity elements are interchanged, it is called the duality principle. We simply interchange OR and AND operators and replace ones by zeros and zeros by ones. Interchanging of the AND operator and OR operator and interchanging of the binary values 0 by 1 and 1 by 0. This is duality principle. So the theorem, next slide shows some of the theorems. These theorems are dual to each other. That is, the theorem 1b is dual of theorem 1a. This is by the duality principle. And we are going to see the step-by-step proof here. So here are the some of the theorems listed. The theorems, postulates and theorems of Boolean algebra. So first postulate 2, in that postulate A is defined as x plus 0 equal to x dot 1 equal to x. In the postulate number 5, and that A is defined as x plus x dash is equal to 1, and B is defined as x dot x dash is equal to 0. And theorem 1A is x plus x is equal to 1, and 1B is x dot x is equal to x. Theorem 2A is x plus 1 is equal to 1, x dot 0 equal to 0. And theorem 3 is involution, that is x dash whole dash is equal to x. The complement gets cancelled, so we can say x dash the whole dash is equal to x. And the postulate number 3 is commutative, and the postulate number 3a is x plus y equal to y plus x, and b is xy equal to yx. And theorem 4, that is associative, theorem A is x plus y plus z equal to x plus y plus z, and B is defined with respect to the dot operator, that is x into yz equal to xy into z. Postulate 4 is distributive. Postulate 4a is x into y plus z equal to xy plus xz. Postulate 4b is x plus yz equal to x plus y into x plus z. Theorem 5 is De Morgan's theorem. Theorem 5a is x plus y the whole dash is equal to x dash y dash. Theorem 5b is xy the whole dash is equal to x dash plus y dash. Students, please remember this De Morgan's theorem. So this is very much useful in solving the problems. So just remember the theorem 5a and 5b. De Morgan's law is very much important in solving the problems. Next, theorem 6 is absorption. Theorem 6a is x plus xy equal to x, and theorem 6b is x into x plus y equal to x. So listen here, in this all the A, postulate A and theorem A are defined with respect to the binary operator plus, and the postulate B and the theorem B are defined with respect to the operator dot. And here we have proved the theorem 1A and 1B. So 1B is dual of 1A. So how it is proved? By the postulates given in this table. With the help of the postulates given in the table, the theorems are proved. So here the first theorem, here it is given theorem 1a is x plus x is equal to x. So we are going to prove that theorem x plus x is equal to x. So in this x, we have to consider the LHS so that we can able to prove the RHS. So first consider the LHS. LHS is x plus x. So x plus x can be written as x plus x into 1. This can be done by postulate number 2b. And in this 1 can be written as x plus x dash. This is by 5a, postulate number 5a. 1 can be written as x plus x dash. And by 4b, this x plus x dot x plus x dash can be written as x plus x dot x dash. This is distributive law. And by theorem by postulate 5b, we can say x dot x dash is equal to 0. So it is written as 0. The remaining x plus 0 can be written as x with respect to the postulate 2a. So hence it is proved. And each and every step of theorem 1a is dual for 1b. So here the plus is written as dot here, and the dot here is written as plus here. Each and every step is dual to each other. So if it is considered as by postulate 2b, and for proving the theorem 1b, we can use the postulate 2a here. So here it is used as postulate 2b, and here we can use it as postulate 2a. So that is considering the LHS. What is the theorem 1b? It is x dot x is equal to x. So the LHS is x dot x and the RHS is x. LHS is considered x dot x. So this x dot x can be written as x dot x plus 0. This is by postulate number 2a. And this 0 can be written as x dot x. That is by postulate number 5b. And again it can be written as, that is x into x plus x into x dash can be written as x into x plus x dash. This is by 4a, and x plus x dash is 1, that is by 5a. So it is x plus x dash is written as 1, so x dot 1. And what is x dot 1? It is x by 2b, postulate 2b, hence the proof. So x dot x is equal to x, hence it is proved. Okay, so if we are able to prove theorem 1a, we can easily prove theorem 1b. The opposite next theorem can be proved. It is easily proved by considering the duality principle. By considering duality principle, we can prove the opposite theorem. Theorem 1a, opposite of theorem 1a is 1b. So it can be proved easily by considering the duality principle. See here, what is duality principle? Plus is changed as dot, and dot is changed as plus. 1 is changed as 0, 0 is changed as 1. So with the help of duality principle, we can able to solve the, or we can able to prove the theorem very easily. So next we are having the proof for theorem 6a, that is absorption theorem. X plus xy is equal to x. So here we are considering the LHS. LHS is x plus xy and the RHS is x. By considering the LHS, we are going to prove the RHS. LHS is x plus xy. So x plus xy can be written as, and this x can be written as x dot 1, that is by postulate 2b. So x dot 1 plus xy, and this can be written as x dot 1 plus xy can be written as x into 1 plus y by 4a, and this 1 plus y can be written as y plus 1 by 3a, that is commutative property, and x into y plus 1, this is y plus 1. So this y plus 1 can be written as 1 by 2a, and x dot 1, x dot 1 can be written as x by 2b. So this is the proof for the absorption theorem. So these proofs are given by some of the postulates and postulates which we have considered in this table. So here we are having the table. With the help of this postulates available in this table, we have given the proof for the theorem. So another way of giving proof for the theorem is by truth table. So here is the proof for the absorption theorem using truth table. So this absorption theorem consists of the variables x and y. So if you are having the variables x and y, it takes the values 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. And we have to prove that LHS is equal to RHS. So LHS, for LHS it is x plus xy. X plus xy. So before finding out x plus xy, we want to know xy. What is xy? So we have to use the truth table of AND gate. So here we are having the values of x and y, and what is xy is, using the truth table of AND gate, we can derive the values as 0 dot 0 is 0, 0 dot 1 is 0, 1 dot 0 is 0, 1 dot 1 is 1. Whenever we are having the all the inputs as high, then the output will be high for a truth table. So after finding this xy, we can find x plus xy. So that is LHS x plus xy. So xy is found here. With this xy, we have to OR the value x. That is x plus xy is ORing of x and xy. So here is the column of xy. Here is the column of x. So considering these two columns, we have to perform OR operation. We have to go with the truth table of OR gate. So 0 plus 0, it is 0. 0 plus 0, it is 0. 1 plus 0, it is 1. And 1 plus 1 is 1. If any one value is 1, then the output is 1. That is for OR gate. And this column is x plus xy. So this column shows the LHS. LHS is x plus xy. And what is RHS? RHS is x. Already it is written. It is considered as the input. And checking the values here 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. So both the columns are same. So we can say that LHS is equal to RHS. So this is the way we can prove the Boolean theorems with the help of truth table. So next is the proof using truth table for De Morgan's theorem. So De Morgan's theorem is x plus y the whole dash is equal to x dash dot y dash. That is the De Morgan's theorem. So here also it involves the two variables x and y. We are having two inputs as x and y. These two inputs take the values, combination of values as 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. From this we have to find the value of x plus y. So we can't able to find the value for x plus y the whole dash directly. So we can find by finding x plus y, and after that we can take complement for this x plus y. So first, what is x plus y? 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 1. And x plus y the whole dash is the complement of this x plus y is x plus y the whole dash. So 0 is 1, 1 is 0, 1 is 0, 1 is 0. So this is LHS. X plus y the whole dash is LHS of De Morgan's theorem. And what is RHS of De Morgan's theorem? X dash dot y dash. So for finding x dash dot y dash, we want to know x dash and y dash separately. After that, we can perform AND operation of x dash and y dash. So what is x dash? So here is x. What is x dash? 0 complement is 1. Again 0 complement is 1. 1 complement is 0 and 1 complement is 0. Similarly, we have to find the complement of y so that we can have the value as 1, 0, 1, 0. So by ANDing and the value of x dash y dash, so we can have 1 dot 1. 1 dot 1 is 1. Whenever the inputs are high, both the inputs are high, the output is high. That is De Morgan. That is the truth table of AND gate. And 1 dot 0 is 0. 0 dot 1 is 0. 0 dot 0 is 0. So taking the two columns LHS x plus y the whole dash and the RHS x dash dot y dash both are equal. So hence it is proved. That is the De Morgan's theorem is proved with the help of truth table. So next is operator precedence. So while considering the Boolean functions, we have to follow the precedence of operator. So first precedence is for parenthesis, and it is for second is for not, third for and, fourth is for or operator. So we have to follow the operator precedence for evaluating the Boolean expression with respect to the priority. First priority for parenthesis, second for not gate, third for AND gate, fourth for OR gate. So next is Boolean functions. A Boolean function is described by an algebraic expression. It is called as Boolean expression. Boolean function is otherwise called as Boolean expression, which consists of the binary variables. The binary variables may be the any alphabet x, y, z or a, b, c, etc. It takes any alphabets, and we can substitute the values for the alphabet as either 0 or 1, and it involves the logical operations or and or not. So Boolean expression is simply said to be the combination of the binary variables and the operators, logical operators. The binary variables may be any alphabet x, y, z or a, b, c, and takes the value, that variables takes the values as either 0 or 1, and it is combined with the operators and or not. Here is the example Boolean function. Consider the Boolean function f1 is equal to x plus y dash z. So the Boolean function can be represented as truth table, and also it can be represented as logic diagram. So here is the representation of truth table, here is the logic diagram. First it is represented with truth table. So this Boolean function consists of how many variables? Consists of 3 variables x, y, z, or the 3 variables. So while representing the Boolean function as truth table, we have to write the combinations of binary values. So how we can remember this? So with the help of the formula, the number of rows for the truth table can be found out with the help of the formula 2 power n. So in this truth table we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. So how this 8 rows comes? So the number of inputs are 3. So we have to use the formula 2 power n. So n is the number of inputs and n takes the value 3. 2 power 3 is equal to 8. 8 rows. So the truth table consists of 8 rows with the formula 2 power n. And how this value comes here? So that is derived with the formula 0 to 2 power n minus 1. 0 to 2 power n minus 1. So here also substitute the value for n as 3, 2 power 3 minus 1. What is 2 power 3? 2 power 3 is 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. So we have to consider the values from 0 to 7. We have to consider the binary values from 0 to 7. Binary combinations have to be considered from 0 to 7. That to be considered with respect to 3 bits. Why we are considering with respect to 3 bits? So because here the number of inputs are 3. Number of inputs are 3. So we have to consider with 3 bits. From 0 to 7 we have to consider totally 8 values are there. So for 0 the 3-bit binary representation is 0 0 0. For 1 it is 0 0 1. For 2 it is 0 1 0. For 3 it is 0 1 1. For 4 it is 1 0 0. For 5 it is 1 0 1. And for 6 it is 1 1 0. And for 7 it is 1 1 1. From 0 to 7 we have to represent the values in binary combinations. The binary combinations should be with respect to the bits. The bits have to be represented with respect to the number of inputs here. So how we have derived the value of f1 here? So we are having the inputs x, y, z and the output f1. So we can It is not possible to directly say the value of f1. So we have to find the value of y dash here. First we have to find y dash. Y dash. After finding y dash, we have to perform the AND operation with y dash and z. After that, we have to OR the x value with y dash z, so that we can able to find f1. See here. So y dash. What is y dash here? So for the Boolean function, f1 is equal to x plus y dash z, we have to we can represent this Boolean function in truth table and the logic diagram. So for finding the values using the truth table, so we have to first write the inputs x, y, z, and the values are listed here. So for finding f1, we have to find first y dash. Y dash have to be find first. So here we can find y dash. So I will write here what is y dash. Y dash is the complement of y. It is 1, 1, 0, again 0, and 1, 1, then 0, 0. So this is y dash, right? Then what is y dash is it? Y dash is it is we have to perform the AND operation with y dash and z. So we can write here what is y dash z. Y dash z is and 1 dot 0. 1 dot 0 is 0. Here is 1 dot 1. 1 dot 1 is 1. And 0 dot 0, 0. 0 dot 1 it is 0. And 1 dot 0 it is again 0. And 1 dot 1. 1 dot 1 is 1 here. And 0 dot 0 it is 0 here. 0 dot 1 it is 1 here. So we have found y dash z. And what is x plus y dash z? X plus y dash is y dash z is the final function f1. So we have to perform OR operation with x and y dash z. So 0 or 0. 0 or 0 is 0. And 0 or 1 it is 1. Again 0 or 0 it is 0. 0 or 0 it is 0. And 1 or 0 it is 1. 1 or 1 it is 1. 1 or 0 it is 1. And 1 or 1 it is 1. So it is represented directly. So we can put a columns, you can add extra columns and you can find the Boolean functions. So you can add this y dash and y dash z as intermediate values. The intermediate columns can be included to find the final Boolean function. The next, we can represent this Boolean function as the circuit diagram, that is the gate implementation of the function. So first, while drawing the circuit diagram, we have to give the preference to the complement value, so y dash. While forming the truth table also, we have to go with the operator precedence. We have discussed the operator precedence in the previous slide, no? We have to follow the precedence of operator. So first preference is given to y dash. So y is complemented, that is using of NOT gate here. And after that we have to use AND gate. Y dash is it. For y dash is it, we have to use AND gate. And after that we have to use OR gate with x. So this y dash is it have to be ORed with OR gate. Using OR gate we have to connect the give the connections like this. Using OR gate we have to give the connection so that we can able to get the final Boolean function f1. So for this y dash we have to use NOT gate, and y dash z we have to use AND gate, and for x plus y dash z, for this plus we have to use OR gate. So this is the way we have to implement the Boolean function. Implementation is nothing but the circuit diagram. drawing the circuit diagram for the Boolean function. And this is the truth table. Next is simplification of the algebraic. So by simplifying the Boolean algebra, we can reduce the number of gates in the circuit and the number of inputs to the gate. So whenever there is a possibility of simplification of the Boolean function, we can simplify. The simplification makes the circuit to reduce the number of gates. Number of gates will be reduced, and also the number of inputs to the gate also be reduced. So when the number of gates and the number of inputs are reduced, then the complexity of the circuit will be reduced. That is the main thing for simplification of the Boolean functions. So here we are considering the next Boolean function. The function is f2 equal to x dash y dash z plus x dash y z plus xy dash. So here is a function which consists of three variables x, y, z and the three terms. So these are the three terms. X dash y dash z is one term, x dash y z is another term, x y dash is like next term. And the truth table for this Boolean function is derived here. So this can be found by finding the values of x dash y dash. This Boolean function does not consist of any complement value of z, so there is no need of finding the z complement, that is z dash need not to be found here. So we have to find x dash y dash. So before finding this f2, what are the things we have to find is x dash, then y dash, x dash y dash is needed. After that, for this term we have to perform the AND operation with respect to x dash y dash z. So x dash y dash z have to be AND, and the next, for the next term, it is x dash y z, x dash y z, and the last term is xy dash. Last term is xy dash. So separately we have to find the separate columns for these three terms. So how we can find this x dash y dash is it? Here we have found x dash y dash, and here we are having z. So x dash y dash z, these three columns have to be AND. And for this term x dash y z, so here we are having x dash and y z is here, y column is here, z column is here. So x dash y z, these three columns have to be AND here, so that we can able to find the column here. Then next xy dash. Xy dash is already x is here, y dash is here. So x and y dash or AND here. We have to perform AND operation with respect to x and y dash. After finding these three columns separately, we can perform OR operation. So these three columns have to be OR, so that we can able to find f2. So this is the final Boolean function. The values for f2 is here. So it is directly given. So how it can be achieved? So by finding the intermediate column values, it is x dash y dash, x dash y dash z, x dash y z and xy z. And these three columns, last three columns ORed, last three columns are OR, so that we can able to find f2. So next is the circuit diagram implementation part here. So here three AND gates can be used. For this product term, we can use one AND gate. So here is the AND gate, and for this product term we are using another one AND gate. For this product term we are using another one AND gate. So before using AND gate, we have to perform the NOT operation. NOT operation for X and Y. So X input is complemented here with the help of NOT gate. Y input also complemented with the help of NOT gate. And after that we have to use the AND gate. So this AND gate is the combination of X dash, Y dash and the Z. Okay. So next this AND gate is X dash, Y and Z here. In this AND gate is X, here is X and Y dash, X, Y dash. So all these three AND gates have to be connected to OR gate. So here we are having plus. So plus means we have to use OR gate. For these three terms we have to use OR gate here. Right? This is the circuit diagram for the Boolean function F2. Next. So this part is before simplification of Boolean function. So this is the Boolean function we are considering. So this Boolean function is, for this Boolean function we have derived the truth table and also we have draw the circuit diagram, right? So this is before simplification. Next, what we are getting after simplification for that Boolean function. See here. So here we are using the simplification using the Boolean laws and Boolean theorems and postulates are there. With the help of that theorems and postulates we are simplifying the Boolean function. So here for the two terms, first two terms we can consider X dash Z. Here is X dash Z. For these two terms, X dash Z can be considered as a common term and you can write it as X dash Z into Y dash plus Y. And the third term is considered as it is X Y dash. So for this Y dash plus Z, what is Y dash plus Z? It is 1. So we have seen the postulates in the previous slides. So what Y dash plus Y is? It is 1. And here for this Y dash plus Y we can get 1. And what is X dash Z dot 1? X dash Z dot 1 is X dash Z, right? And here X Y dash is written as it is. So this Boolean function consists of three terms. After simplification we are having only two terms. One term is reduced here. So the usage of gates, logic gates and the input to the gates are reduced here, right? So this is the actual diagram. So in the previous slide we have drawn the circuit diagram for this Boolean function. So this is the same as the previous slide. And the simplified, for the simplified function the circuit diagram is look like this. So here X dash Z plus X Y dash. So for X we are having the NOT gate for complementing the X value so that we can get X dash and Z. Here is Z. So this is connected with OR gate and the next term X Y dash. So X is here and Y have to be performed complement with the help of NOT gate here. So these two are connected to AND gate. And the output of this AND gate is connected to the OR gate here. So X dash Z is this one. X dash Z is this one. X dash Z, this X dash Z is this one. This is, we can get X dash Z here and X Y dash is here. Can get here, right? So after performing AND operation we have to perform OR operation. So the output of the AND gate have to be connected to the input of OR gate so that we can able to get the output here which is F2, right? See the difference between these two diagrams. So here it is the involvement of 3 AND gate here. 3 AND gates are involved here, whereas in this simplified circuit only 2 AND gates are involved. And also see the inputs here. For this AND gate we are giving 3 input. For this AND gate also we are giving 3 input. Here it is reduced. Number of inputs are reduced. Number of input to the gates are reduced, and also the number of gates are reduced here. And also here see the OR gate. Here one OR gate is used. One OR gate is used. Here also we are using one OR gate only. But see the number of inputs. The number of inputs are reduced here. Here we are having 3 inputs. Here it is reduced to 2. Okay. So see here how the number of gates and the number of input to the gates are reduced the help of simplifications. So whenever it is necessary, we have to perform simplification process so that the complexity of the circuit can be reduced. So next is complement of the function. So whenever we are having a Boolean function, we want to know how to find the complement of the Boolean function, and also we want to know how to find the dual of the function. So here some examples are listed to know the how to find the complement of a given Boolean function, and also how to find the dual of the given Boolean function. So complement can be found with the help of De Morgan's theorem. We have to apply De Morgan's theorem so that we can able to find the complement value. See here is the example problem. It is f1 is equal to x dash y z dash plus x dash y dash z. So finding of complement is taking complement on both sides. So this f1 is considered as f1 dash, and here the whole term is considered as whole dash, right? X dash y z dash plus x dash y dash z the whole dash. Taking complement is taking complement on both sides. F1 is written as f1 dash, and this term is written as whole dash. Again we can consider this as this for example, we can consider this term as A and this term as B. Right? So what is A plus B the whole dash? We know by De Morgan's law, A plus B the whole dash is A dash dot B dash, right? So this is A, this is A dash. We have written A dash here. This is B because we are considering like this is considered as A here. This is considered, the first term is considered as A. The second term is considered as B here. So A plus B the whole dash can be written as A dash dot B dash by De Morgan's law. Right? Then again we have to apply De Morgan's law for this. So this can be considered as A. This can be considered as B. This can be considered as C. What is A dot B dot C whole dash? It is A dash plus B dash plus C dash, right? So apply here x dash whole dash. X dash whole dash is x plus, here the dot is written as plus, and y dash. Y dash is this, and dot is plus here. Z dash whole dash. Z dash whole dash is Z. Right? And for this, again we have to apply De Morgan's theorem here for x dash whole dash. X dash whole dash is x. This dot becomes plus, and y dash whole dash, that is y plus z dash. Right? The complement is applying De Morgan's law. We can able to find the complement of a given function. Both De Morgan's theorem A and theorem B can be used here so that we can able to find the complement of a function. Okay, next dual. We have to find the dual of the function. Dual is nothing but we have to go with the duality principle, right? Duality principle, what is duality principle? Duality principle is interchanging of the operators. And is interchanged with or is interchanged with and the binary value 0 is interchanged with 1 is interchanged with 0. That is duality, right? So here consider the same Boolean function which is considered here. We are considering here duality can be find by this x dash is considered as it is, and for this x dash here you are having a dot operator, so this dot operator and operator is interchanged as plus, and here also we are having dot operator that is interchanged as plus, and here we are having the or operator plus operator that is interchanged as dot, right? And here also we have to use the duality principle. X dash dot is interchanged as plus, and y dash and again dot is interchanged as plus z. Okay, so dual is interchanging of the operators and by or by and 0 by 1 by 0. In this Boolean function we don't have the binary values 0 and 1 here, so there is no possibility for changing the values 0 and 1 here. So here the Boolean function consists of the binary operators and and is interchanged with or is interchanged with and. This is dual. So this is complement and dual or opposite to each other. It is opposite to each other. So this is F1 dual of F1. This is F1 dash. See here, compare these two, dual and complement. Both are opposite to each other. Here it is x dash. Here it is x. Here it is y. It is y dash. It is z dash. Here it is z. Okay. Here also the same thing, opposite to each other. So while finding the dual of a function and complement of a function, the values are opposite to each other. Thank you.